is the day we are updating all of my journals. I started with 5 journals back in January, and since then I have finished some, added some new ones, and I definitely neglected a few others. We are going to go through every single journal and update them, starting with the quickest ones to update and working our way up. So if you like journal with me's, make sure you stay till the end because updating this creative journal is definitely going to take a while. We clearly have a lot to update, so let's get started. The first books I'm going to update are these two right here because I actually ended up finishing them back in March. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the dates here of when I started it and then when I finished it. I did something pretty similar to when I finished this first journal that I had, so I want to keep continuing that for the rest of my journals to come. I have my favorite tool, my handy dandy label maker. Those who have been on my channel for a while now know that this is my favorite journaling tool because I just love the texture that it gives. This yellow one, I was thinking I kind of want to change the color to pink. I just feel like it would look prettier, and that is another reason why I like this label maker because it has a ton of different colors for you to choose from. But I think I'm going to stick with pink today. It was ever so slightly too big, so I did trim the sides off so that it would fit. Yay, we are all done. That was a really easy update, so we're just gonna keep on going. Now that we are finished labeling these finished books, I want to show you guys my new journals. Yes, I know, it's a lot. It makes sense, okay? To me, it makes sense. So I have 2 new journals here. This is my new journal that is replacing my old art journal. I like to do little doodles in here. I like to write my poetry here. I've never used a journal that is this size before. It's so cute and petite and like pocket size, so I could take it with me if I wanted to. In a way, it kind of feels like a mini book, which I do want to publish a book one day. That is one of my biggest dreams. And then this is my new reading journal, which, okay, if you happen to watch one of my past videos, I did show you guys this journal, this papier reading journal that I got at the beginning of the year. However, and this is no shade to papier at all. I just don't think that this style of reading journal is for me. After I'm done reading a book, I honestly don't like to write about it. That's kind of what this book is. You can write a summary, you can write your favorite quote, you can write notes. If that is something that is interesting to you, I feel like this would definitely be your type of reading journal. It just isn't my type of reading journal. That is why I am starting this new one right here. It's super, super simple. I honestly just want to take a picture of the book that I read and then write how many stars I would give it. Once I'm done reading, I don't have the brain cells to summarize to you what that book was even about. I'm the type of person that's like, you should read this book. It was so good. I would give it X amount of stars and I want it to look pretty. So yeah, let's get started on these new ones and keep going. with how fast this is all going. You guys have seen me update my finished journals. You've seen my new journals that have replaced my finished journals. Now we're going to swap the label maker for my printer and start filling my journals with photos. These are the two that we are going to start updating. Okay, sorry, the lighting was getting a little bit harsh on my desk, so I wanted to move it so you guys could see this better. This is not really a journal, but this is a book that I use for memory keeping, and it's kind of my like meals around the table book. I mean, it is called A Book for Your Meals and Memories, but I did fill this out earlier this year. I have a few pages that I need to update. So this is what my very first page looked like. We moved into a new home, so anytime we have a special dinner around the table, I just want to, you know, document it. So we had a few housewarming parties and things like that that I added in here. This book is filled with so many beautiful pages. I'm so excited to show you. I had a housewarming party with my girlfriends and my cousin in March, I believe. So let me find it. Okay, so right here we had a pasta night. I tried to find, you know, a page that kind of looked kind of like pasta Italian-esque. I mean, I think I just saw the tomato and I was like, okay, perfect. We'll choose this one. I kind of make them sign it almost like it's a yearbook. I just think it's so sweet. I am a very, very sentimental person. One of my cousins wrote out like what we ate and just like cute memories. This makes me so happy. I took some pictures from that day, so I'm gonna print them out. I'm gonna put some pictures on this side and then I'm gonna write down what we ate on this side. We also had a little get together with Cody's family. I love this page. Let me see if I can find it. We also had a get together with Cody's family. It was like St. Patrick's Day themed, so I chose this green spread. My niece was here, so she signed her name. And then my mom and dad-in-law wrote down here. So it's just, again, this is just so special. Dancing, laughing, games, and family. Love, Pops. How sweet. I'm gonna add some of our group photos here. I'll see in a moment how I update both of these pages. It is the next day and I was just about to start updating my reading journal, but then somehow my phone started feeding me a bunch of videos of other people's reading journals and it made me want to add that into mine. At first I was only going to put pictures of the books that I read, but then I saw people were making like book trackers and physical TBRs. Then I also saw someone make like this book bracket where you put your favorite books from the entire year. It's a bracket, so at the end of the year you will have your #1 favorite book, which I thought was really cool. I also went to a farmer's market over the weekend and someone had a book bingo sheet, so I feel like this would be fun to add. Long story short, I think I want to make an entire dedicated video just to making a reading journal. So for now, I'm just gonna pause this and I think I'm just gonna move on to my creative journal. We are at my scrap drawer and we're gonna rummage through this to try to get inspired. So far I found this. It looks like a composition notebook. It's kind of like thick paper, so I for sure want to use this as a flap in my journal. But other than that, I'm gonna keep looking and try to get inspired by different patterns or colors that I see. I pulled out a ton of scrapbook paper. Obviously, I'm not going to use everything, but I did pull out the ones that I thought I might possibly want to use. This tissue paper is absolutely gorgeous. It makes me want to use it. I'm kind of leaning towards this, maybe like a blue type of spread, a blue and green type of spread. I also had this snail mail daily from Martina. She used to make these newsletters and I have mine from June 2024. I'm gonna maybe flip through this again and see if there's anything that I want to put into my March and April spreads. I know I said that I wanted to add this flap to the spread, but I feel like the vibe that I'm going for with the blues and the springtime, I feel like this just doesn't match. I'm just gonna save this and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start making a spread just like this without the extra flap. I actually still don't know what exactly I want to do for this spread, so I'm just gonna start by cutting things out and just playing around with the things that I have.
I've been wanting to reorganize my favorites shelf and then the Prince trilogy. You should read this, so I'm giving it a try. I'm like 85 pages into it.
Gosh, it's so pretty. I love it. I feel like this is too pretty to cover up with my photos. So I'm wondering, okay, me saying I don't want to add flaps and then me figuring out a way to add flaps. I'm wondering if I can do two sides with this tissue paper and then it opens up into my spring spreads. Okay, I have this and I was thinking, what if I glued this to the top here and then I'd cut it out because I want it to really pop and I feel like white is what makes it really pop. And then when I open it in my journal, it's gonna be this blue in here. And then my spread will be here. And I'm thinking I want it to be blue and green. For now, I'm gonna work on my flap. Hopefully my vision comes to life. Okay, let's see. I wonder if this would work. Oh my gosh, I think it actually worked. All I had to do was put a piece of packing tape on the edge. And then it's like very flexible. Yay! I actually made it work, you guys. I ended up doing both sides. They're gonna be flaps. I cannot rave about this print enough. It is so like beautifully delicate, and also because this is tissue paper, it is kind of crinkly, but that doesn't bother me. As you can see on the back pages, you can still see the tape. So if you try this out in your own journal, you could either just start a completely new page and just cover it up with your scraps, and it's not going to be a big deal. Because I have such a chunky journal, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to end up gluing these pages together so that you don't see it. And then same with this side right here. I might just glue this like that. It feels like I need royal music playing when I open up these flaps. It is the next day now, and I worked on this journal spread a little bit more last night. I just got back from the library because I printed off some pictures to put into my spreads. I'm really excited because I'm loving how it's turning out so far, and I just can't wait to add even more pictures and colors to the spreads. The vision is truly coming to life now. I can't wait to just put everything together. I was about to just go ahead and continue working on the spread, but then I remembered I forgot to tell you guys about this journal that I have. If you watched my previous video, this used to be my nightly journal, but then somehow I lost this journal. This was lost for a while. By the time that I finished this journal, I found this journal. So now the update on this journal is that it is my new everyday journal. One last thing before we keep going, I did get a package from Moleskine. I literally thought this was a scam when I saw the email, but Moleskine wanted to send me some journals and I obviously said yes. Then inside was 2 more journals. You guys already know I'm gonna add these into the rotation. I have this journal right here, and then it also came with this red one right here, which I think is so cute. It's like a little pocket journal. I don't know if I want to save this as a new writing journal, like to have as backup, or if I want to turn this into a gratitude journal, because I've been wanting to get back into that as well. And then this one, I was thinking I could turn into like a good news journal, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. So that is the update on these 2 journals. The use of these journals, TBD, but they are going to be in my rotation. Now that I'm done verbally updating you guys on my new journals, let's get back to finishing the spread. 2.5 hours later, this spread is officially done, and oh my goodness, it is crazy to see my vision come to life. I love how it turned out. It literally gives me so much joy just to look at these photos. It's so extra, but this is my style of journaling and I love it. So we are officially done with my creative journal update. I think this was the final journal we had to update. So let's see, we have 8 journals are officially done and updated. If you made it this far, leave me a mushroom emoji so that I can give you guys some extra love in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!